Hello, and welcome to another episode of my 30 plus decks. Today I'm going to be showing off one that honestly was a little bit thrown together, and this is Lathril, Blade of the Elves. This is I guess it's an elf ball deck. I have another elf deck, I call it Elfdrazi, and this one's just more of, I had a bunch of duplicates of elves, I had multiple Lathrils as well, I have this art as well. Either way. This deck, it really was just kind of a bunch of spare elves that I had. I tried to kind of pull up a synergy of making tokens, sacrificing tokens, so I do have Blood Artists and things like Blood Artist in this deck. Because there was that other one it was the Vengeful Blood Witch from Foundations, I'm pretty sure is in this deck as well. I guess with that being said, not as many sack outlets as I'd want, but that's more of a, this isn't a perfect deck. This is definitely not an optimized deck. Just kind of a fun elf deck. I think it's just a fun deck. I know that there are people that really like Lathril as a commander. I prefer Tyvar the Bellicose, but this is a very fun commander. Yeah, no shots against Lathril. Anyways, let's get into it. I've got a hand ready. I'm looking forward to play. Alright, let's go turn one. Draw. That will be forest, and I will pass. Turn two will be a forest. I will tap 2 for a Gala Greeters, and I will pass. Turn 3, I will draw. That will be another forest. Tapping 3 for Marwyn the Nurturer, and when she enters, I will make a tapped treasure. Let's go to turn 4. Untap. Upkeep. Draw. Let's go with a swamp. Black, green, and 2. Casting Lathril, Blade of Elves. When he enters, I will make a second treasure, but that one is tapped, so I can't use it this turn. Also, Marwyn will get a 1/1 counter, because that's another elf entering the battlefield. Then I will tap Marwyn for 2, and I will cast Cobbled Wings. Yeah. Let's go to turn 5. Untap. Upkeep, nothing. Draw. Let's see. Let's go with a Westvale Abbey as a land for turn. I do have it proxied in here. I have technically 3 cards proxied in here, but I know what they each are. If this deck was sleeved, or more when this deck gets sleeved, I won't have to proxy. That is my land for turn. I can tap it for a colorless. I can tap 5 at it, pay 1 life, and make a 1/1 black human cleric creature token, which for 5 is definitely a lot. I'm not going to be doing that, but its other one is worth it. Tap 5 and it, sacrifice 5 creatures, and transform this land, then untap it. Anyways, let's go ahead and go black and 1. Let's actually go black-green for Vraska Joins Up. When it enters... No. I think that's right. Is it? Hold on. Let me back up just a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because they did untap. 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Let's do it all. Green, and 2. Renata, Called to the Hunt. She's a demigod, so not an elf, but that will trigger Gala Greeters, so we'll get another treasure. That's 1 tapped, 2 untapped. Then black and 1 of them for a green. For I guess black and 1. That was green, and 1, 2. Black. Let's put that back. Green. Black, green. black and 1, so 1 floating for Blood Artist. There we go. And then the other green and this 1. There we go. Vraska joins up. That's the order that I would like. So effectively what happened, Renata entered, and then Blood Artist entered, which means Blood Artist enters with an additional 1 encounter, making it a 1/2. And Gala Greeter sees that as well, and I will put another 1 encounter on Gala Greeters. And Vraska joins up, enters, and I put a Death Touch counter on each creature I control, which I don't really have the best way to represent that, so I'll try and just keep that known. And whenever a legendary creature I control deals combat damage to a player, I draw a card. Now I will use that last treasure that was untapped, so this treasure that I have right now is tapped, and that will be to equip Cobbled Wings onto Lathril, making Lathril a 2/3 Flying Menace, and Flying Menace is very difficult to deal with, so I can pretty much say that it's unblocked for pretty much the rest of the game, as long as I have 3 opponents. I don't think that all of them can keep that up. They probably could, but I'm just going to play to where they couldn't. Anyways, that means Lathril at combat will be swinging. That will be a 2/3, so I'm making 2 Elf Warriors. And Marwyn sees that, so she gets 2 1 encounters. Actually, both of these Elf Warriors enter with additional 1 encounters. And my Gala Greeters has already made me a treasure. It has already gotten itself a 1 encounter, so I will gain 2 life. Also, Lathril dealing combat damage to a player draws me a card because it's a legendary creature. There we go. Let's go to turn 6. Untap. Upkeep, nothing. Draw. Very cool. Land for turn. Let's do it again. Let's go to combat. Swinging with Lathril. That's 2 more elves. So I've got 4 elves that all enter with 1 encounters. The 2 more elves makes 2 more 1 encounters on Marwyn. And it's a legendary creature dealing combat damage to a player, so I draw a card. That is also Gala Greeters, making me a 2nd treasure that enters tapped, and he will get an additional 1 encounter as Gala Greeter. Let's go green and 1 for Green Belt Guardian. This one's from Aether Drift. 2/2 Elf Ranger, so that will be seen by Marwyn, putting a 1 encounter on her. That's also the 3rd instance of a creature entering for Gala Greeter, so I will gain 2 life. For 1 green, target creature gains trample until the end of turn, and for 3 and a green, I put 3 1 encounters on this creature. Also enters with an additional 1 encounter because of Renata. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got 10 creatures. That's awesome. It's going to be turn 7 next turn. Let's go for it. I will pass the turn. And before it comes back to my turn, I can tap 1, 2, 3. Even 1, 2, 3. Casting Smoke Bomb. This has Flash. It's from Assassin's Creed, so that's neat. All creatures have Shroud. So if someone was trying to be like, okay, target creature gets this buff, or destroy target creature, exile target creature, anything like that, all creatures have Shroud. And at the beginning of my upkeep, I sacrifice Smoke Bomb. When I do, target creature I control can't be blocked this turn. So there's that. Then it will be my turn, so that will be untap. Upkeep, nothing, draw. Green and 1 for Wildborn Preserver. That's an elf, so that will be a 7th counter on Marwyn. I just don't have any ways to make Lathril big. But right now, Lathril is unblockable. Wildborn Preserver will also make me another tapped treasure. I will swing with Lathril for 2 more. Unblockable. Makes me 2 more elves, 2 more counters onto Marwyn. Draw a card. That's another counter for you. Gain another 2 life. Second main phase. Let's actually just tap Marwyn for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. Using 2 of it for Priest of Titania. 1/1 Elf Druid, which puts another 1/1 counter on Marwyn. I have done everything from Gaelic Readers. Priest of Titania enters with an additional 1/1 counter. And taps for a green for each elf on the battlefield. It's also something that is a non-human, which is seen by Wildborn Preserver, which I just recently got out. That is, whenever another non-human creature enters, I may pay X. When I do, I put X1 counters on Wildborn Preserver, which I just tapped for 10. That's 9, 8. 7, 6, 5. So I think that I can put 5 1/1 counters on Wildborn Preserver and still have the extra 2 floating that I need. So that's 2 plus this black to cast Gruesome Fate. Each opponent loses 1 life for each creature I control, which is currently 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, 14. Cool. As far as other things that I was thinking, I could have flipped Westvale Abbey and sacrificed 5 of these Elf Warriors, and that would have done a 5 Blood Artist triggers, but that's not for each opponent. This flip is 9/7 flying, lifelink, indestructible haste, so it is worth it. I just didn't quite get around to it. Yeah, I think that was good. Priest of Titania taps for a green for each elf on the battlefield, which just under my control was 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So Marwyn tapping for 11, Priest of Titania tapping for 12. Man, that was going great. Yeah. Sweet. I think that with this one, I'm just going to have this one playtest. You know, Lathril's definitely something where the deck has been around for a while, the card's been around for a while, so people have definitely made their Lathril builds. This one may be a little bit unique because I'm not going just hardcore elves, but who knows. Still needs some work, I'll be honest. It's a fun deck, but not enough draw. Like right there at the end, I was top decking. I know that I do have draw instances in the deck. I think that if I had more evasion, that'd be cool. But all in all, I think that I have ideas for what I would like to do to maybe get more draw, maybe get more multiple things. Either way, hope you enjoyed. I know I enjoyed playing for you, and hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Later.